Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the European Xbox One Rainbow Six Pro League. I am Christopher Panky Pankhurst. He is Derek Punchy Stick Mallon. And joining us later on will be Aaron True Talent Earlis, taking you through all the action for what is going to be our final 2 Playdays.
All in one.
All in one.
Yep.
Nice reshuffle. Let's, of course, then remind everyone what it is exactly we are doing here. What is the Pro League? How many teams we got? What's our setup? And there it is. 7 weeks of playoff games, taking place over 6 weeks of actual time, with 8 teams of the best Xbox squads from North America and Europe. Each game is 2 maps. It is a best of 2. Winner takes 3 points, draws take 1, losers take nothing. But as mentioned, while it was planned for 7 weeks, it's now going to be played over 6 for something that will come out later in the week, and you'll find out why later on. But once we do have all of today's games and all of the finalized matches done, we will have our top 2 teams from Europe and from North America, and they will head to our finals to fight against each other. First of Europe against second of North America, first of North America against second of Europe, and ultimately through to our finals to decide who is going to win Season 1 of the Xbox One Rainbow Six Pro.
So we finally get that whole EU-NA showdown.
Yeah, finally get the long-term debate. Well, of course, we reset as soon as Season 2 starts, but for now, for now it'll be there. We will have a victor across them all. It's nice to see NA try, but we will have a EU-VEU final. But
of course, right?
We'll go with it.
Someday, NA. Come on.
We'll get there. We'll switch it up. For North America, we'll have a North American final.
Right. Okay. Perfect.
But first of all, let's remind ourselves who is here for Europe and exactly where they stand at the moment. Who is currently in that top 2 spot? Who's currently making their way to our finals? And who is close to disrupting that and changing it from them? Well, there you go. Vitality and Supremacy right up there and out the front at the moment with 13 points each, both looking to secure their spot. Vitality will be our opening game here today, so we'll be looking to hold that true. But Infused and Epsilon both within touching distance of that top spot. Now, Epsilon need a little bit of luck here.
Right.
They need to win both of their games, and they need either Supremacy or Vitality to lose both of theirs, and to have some godlike matches when it comes to the win-loss ratio to actually secure a spot. But it's not impossible. Infused are the real threat to these 2 squads, so it's going to be exciting to watch them play later on. But everyone else on there is fighting for pride and fighting for secure positioning. Unfortunately, Indomina, 1UPeSport.ImmenZ, Axel, BVB, of course, are disqualified. But these other 3 squads, they're out of the running for the top 2 positions. Right. It's not going to happen for them. But as we say, Season 2 is a thing. They've got to fight for it. They want to be in a higher position as possible to secure their possible standings next season.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of time to practice to come back for Season 2.
Yeah, every game counts. And as we mentioned, the results of the Vitality Supremacy games can still mess up the way this ends.
Of course.
And it's those guys that they're playing against. So, yes, they're going to be trying their hardest to perform that upset, be that underdog that everyone wants to see. Sum it up?
Yes, they are.
You agree?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you completely.
100%. So let's show you exactly what our amalgamated schedule is going to be.
What was that word?
Amalgamated.
We don't have that in America.
Amalgams, it's a sciencey term. It's
okay.
Like 2 things mixed as one. But here it is, day 6 and 7, as it says on the screen. Vitality versus 1UPeSport.ImmenZ here first to kick us off. Then Axel will play Epsilon Esports. Big game there, as we mentioned, how close Epsilon could be. And then Vitality will play Supremacy. That game, as long as it doesn't draw, could potentially decide the 1 and 2 placements.
Yeah, that's going to be
right on that spot. It's going to be a huge one. We do then have the off-stream games, which will be on, I believe, twitch.tv/. No off-stream games, sorry. Like that. Straight up, no second stream. They, however, will be played as Supremacy will be playing Infused. That is going to be Canal and Bank. There is no second stream for it, but it is going to be played. Then we'll have Infused versus 1UPeSport versus ImmenZ, and Axel versus Indomina. Those 3 will be played at the same time as our 3 mainstream games. We will feed you the results of those as and when we get them. And of course, once everything is done and dusted today, the final standings with all those results put in will be elevated up and shown to the world as our decider.
But no stream.
But no stream for that second one.
All right.
Rip stream.
But we do have 3 good ones. And like you said, we have what could be the determining factor for the 2 top placement teams.
Yeah, exactly. We have
this one today.
The big one. We have Vitality
Supremacy.
That's good. But let's dive into this game first. Vitality against 1UPeSport.ImmenZ is our kickoff game. It's our first one. It's going to be Chalet and it's going to be Bank, 2 prominent maps in the Xbox community right now. Chalet didn't really start out there.
Right.
It has now
Sort of
become
developed
a
into
really
one.
famous one, and
Yeah.
Bank has been around since we began. It's been picked a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So before
kind of
we
to our
dive,
surprise, more or less, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Although
exactly.
a lot of times I feel like picked by Vitality,
Yes.
almost every time.
yes,
But-
100%. So before we dive too deeply into those maps, let's remind everyone of who is on either squad. Let's look at the Vitality roster first, as they are our blue team starting on attack. And well, it is Furious G, Bias IB, Criscu, Squall, and Anthrax.
I wonder how many people are sick of you pronouncing Anthrax.
I mean, this
so
is your
literally.
fault.
It's completely my fault.
I was completely happy calling him Anthrax until you pointed out that there were two and we needed a way to differentiate. And well, he went ahead and put extra A's in his name, so Anthrax was born.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for that. And I think they also may have opponents tonight, as we talked about.
They
Right.
do. They do have
Vitality
opponents
does have
tonight, yes.
opponents.
Who are
Those
their opponents,
opponents,
Bungie Stick?
Those would be 1UPeSport.ImmenZ, I believe. And on their roster tonight will be Climax, Dignitas, DeWow, Gonzo, and Owns.
I can't look at Dignitas and not think of Dignitas.
It's pretty hard to look at a word and not think of that word.
Yeah, but Dignitas are another org.
I know.
Like, what if they got picked up? What if it became Dignitas?
Well, then we would have a lot of jokes about Dignitas being taken out by Dignitas, but not team killing. It'd be
If this team joined Dignitas, he'd be Dignitas.Dignitas. That would be his name.
I mean, I would probably want that. Would be really cool to me.
That's infuriating.
People would look at him and be like, "Wow, how pretentious! He decided to name his team after himself." Like, they would just assume.
Dignitas
that
are
it
like
was his.
11 years old.
I know, but they would. People would just come
That's
in,
true, that's true.
and they would see it, and they would go, "Oh, Dignitas. Wow, he made his team name himself. That's cool. What a guy."
Thankfully, I mean, personally, thankfully.
But it's a cool sounding name. I don't blame him for.
It's a
for
cool
more than one
sounding name,
person
yes, but
coming after it, you know?
they don't have a particularly prominent Xbox roster in Dignitas. They've got a couple of console players, but
Right.
not too huge. But anyway, we're getting very much sidetracked because we have every
We got a lot of games
player
tonight.
in the game,
Yeah.
including Dignitas, on ImmenZ. And we will, without further ado, I think, unless you've got any qualms to say,
I
get
think we should
underway.
get started. 3
Yeah.
games tonight. It's gonna be a lot. So let's do it.
Underway. Chalet, first map, picked by ImmenZ, Vitality starting as attack, and it will, of course, be bomb to kick us out of the game. We've seen very
Kick you out of the
differing
game?
bomb sites, and to be fair, these last 2 weeks, we've seen complete switch-ups
Yep.
in bomb sites used from a couple of options. We've seen garages and basements completely neglected by some teams on maps where you normally consider it a must pick.
Right.
Anything expected to be different here? Obviously, the first one is on your screen, so you can't cheat and use that.
I want things. I like the things being different each time. You know, I want to see more different things. So I don't know if I'm necessarily expecting it, but I would certainly like to see it.
Okay, so kitchen trophy room is our first one for 1UPeSport.ImmenZ, and once the loading begins, we will get underway as a Fantastic Five has been picked from Vitality. Now, we've seen it a couple of times on Chalet map with a very roamer-heavy opening lineup, that this kickoff round can be a very quick win for
Right.
the defending squad
Yep.
if the attackers are not on point with their drone game. And to be fair, we say it time and time again, it happens every single week. But the drone game and the roam killing is where the Xbox squad seem to fall down.
Yes. Just
They either take
pacing of
so
doing it right.
long getting inside an objective or inside a building that they ran out of time straight up. Or they're forced to just sprint in with 5 seconds left. Or they spend no time at all and go straight for the objective and then get stabbed in the back by 2 or 3 Romans.
Which is interesting because I think most agree that drones survive better on Xbox and arguably would then be easier to clear rooms with, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
so it is interesting.
It is, I mean, it's no secret, we've seen it time and time again, it's talked about regularly that yes, drones stay alive a hell of a lot longer on here. People cannot shoot them so easily,
Right.
but they don't get used as much.
So I think maybe teams just still really need to work on just the pacing, you know?
Yeah, so Criscu and Anthrax immediately heading upstairs. Gonzo hiding in the kitchen. Owns over this trapdoor. They don't bring a shotgun, so he can't open it, but he is shooting straight down through it to the door underneath. And well, while DeWow is hiding here in the main lobby, Climax is underneath looking at the wine cellar, and Dignitas waiting at the bottom of this stairwell for people that may come down. Let's take a look then from the attacking team's perspective. Anthrax was in right above a lot of them and has plenty of his team here in support. And as before, they are sort of spreading out around the rest of the house, but not doing it with drones again, doing it very much with their faces. So would be taking confrontations should they actually have found anyone in here. If it is Bandit they're going to find first. He's in the wine cellar and is being pinned in the corner by 3 members of the attacking team. Has to try and sprint through their fire and undoubtedly gets downed. He was shot through the wall, so they may not realize that he has been downed. They're going to have to cautiously come and chase him, just give him a chance to crawl away and potentially get to support. Dignitas was his closest ally.
And even that slug trail.
Yeah. There we go. As he gets to the top of those stairs, thinking he's fine, Anthrax is at the top of the next set. Putting him straight back down again. All that way and ultimately nothing too much gain, but giving Vitality that little bit more safety and security that they know they're now safe. Dignitas tried to rotate down and catch anyone in the basement off guard, but took a hell of a lot of damage for his trouble and is now being hunted again. Squall knows he's around in that corner somewhere. The timing, just as he looks away. Squall sprints past that other hole again. Owen's hiding behind the bomb, has Anthrax in his sights but can't land the shots. Gonzo will take the first kill for the defenders and takes out Criscu. Still holding out in the dining room is DeWow. Dignitas taking that downstairs. Wasn't too much of a challenge for Bios, he already had no health, but ImmenZ will get another kill onto Anthrax out that window. Owens picks that one up. Durmite will go through the wall right next to Owens. The Squall is there to support him. Does just miss the feet, disappear behind that cabinet. Owens gets away safely for now, but they still know he's in the trophy room somewhere. Gonzo in the kitchen is looking to peek around the corner for anyone that may come, but he realizes might as well just hold the angle and stay safer. Wow, starting to push down now. So nearly sees Squall in the back. We'll see Furious G. Doesn't get the shots off in time, but Gonzo will get Squall. Keep pushing it in. Gonzo rotating through. DeWow still coming in to try and stab him in the back. Has to go through his own teammate. Smoke takes a lot of damage with it. Smoke himself has been down. Thermite picks up the diffuser, but is the last man standing with 5 seconds on the clock. Has to try and plant it or go for the kills. Goes for the kills. Doesn't matter. DeWow finds him. And Vitality fall down. Round number 1 goes to ImmenZ.
Now, I'm sorry, I completely missed it. Has the patch come for the nerf with the Frost? I'm sorry, words are tough today. Frost Super 90, has that patch come out yet for Xbox?
I do believe it has, yes.
It did finally? Okay. I know it got delayed for a little bit. I wasn't sure if it had actually gone through. Because I noticed that...
it was meant to be on the 5th, it then got delayed to the 6th, and then came on the 7th.
Okay, okay. So I noticed Frost was holding quite a long angle in the beginning there and was a little surprised by it. Got me wondering. Just had to check.
Yes. So, once again, why Vitality got inside the building very, very quickly and did take out that bandit very, very quickly. Again, they fell down at the final hole and were left with no time whatsoever, sprinting into a bomb site, which gave the defenders all kinds of positions to just sit, hold, and shoot. And again, it was like, okay, so we know you're here, and we know you're watching our backs, and we know you're watching different angles, but whereas normally you see teams either try and flank them or 2v1 them or drone them out and make the move. Right. Their guys are like, oh, we know there's going to be one in the kitchen or the dining room going to shoot us as we go through the hole we just made, but instead of just trying to fight it, we'll just sprint through it, hoping we get away with it.
Right.
Like, just sprint through the gap. Just sprint. Maybe it will work. Sprint. And yeah, funny enough, you had no time left and you were already being shot and it did work, so I don't know.
And a lot of time
from
was
the top
burned,
team,
from Vitality, kind of, they got into position, they were right outside the bomb sites, but then it was kind of like a, well, let's wait and hope some of the defenders peek, and we can play off their mistakes, but the defenders said, why would we do that? Why would we peek when you're the one running out of time?
So Bios using his recruit again, something he's become quite famous for now, holding the top of this office stairwell, and Gonzo, he is coming in this direction. Will you come up this ladder, and how long will Bios stay there in time? Oh, he's going to come up straight into the crosshairs. Peace!
Bye-bye.
Down goes Gonzo. Didn't drone that out properly. Now, there is a drone down. Still 2 by library. I'm sure Criscu will have made this call now. That's why Bios is heading that direction. Makes a hole to the left. Looks out towards that door. It's going to mean Dignitas is a little bit more cautious. But now he's coming back to help out Criscu. This is a duo of terror for many, many teams in the previous situation. All 3-5 through these walls, but the shots will come back the other way. The drone stayed alive and is now going to keep spotting Criscu inside here. Bios manages to pistol down Owens below him. And Chris Scoot through that window takes down Dignitas again. Same as before. This guy's shooting has been on point since day number 1. Climax in the master bedroom, tagged by B, but now Chris Scoot gets shot out from the back by DeWow, and Bios is going to dodge around the corner from him, but doesn't quite manage to make that timing work. So both of them taken out by DeWow, and this is a slightly better position now for Immenz. Still 3v2 against 3 very heavy armor users, but better than the 5v2 it was 10 seconds ago.
Drones up and running.
Starting to use drones a little bit more from Immenz. I like this. You've got 1 minute 20 seconds left to assault the bomb sites, which is quite a long time in all fairness. But now you're checking rooms which ultimately make no sense to check. You've killed 2 players which you know are the Vitality roamers. You know these are the guys that are going to be around the map. They are dead. The rest are going to be on the objectives, especially on Chalet when the bombs are fairly spread out, in all fairness. So you know these 3 are going to be what it takes. Time to make your way down. No thermite. So they've got to go through some very standard open doorways, and again, they're just backtracking over each other and wasting another 20 seconds of time because they are indecisive about where they want to go.
Oh, he's going to get that trap. Okay, maybe not.
Each of these doors broken open. Squall's going to be there. The grenade goes backwards. Squall will take out the first man in. It's now looking for DeWow. DeWow's going to know he's around the corner, but now Squall knows he's here. And an easy C4 kill. Ends the round for Vitality there. I don't really know what Immenz's plan was there.
Well, I don't think they planned to lose so many people up in the library. And then their plan kind of just disappeared after that one.
Maybe true, maybe true.
I mean, by the time they had that locked down, it was already 2v3. So at that point, it was kind of, that's a very, I mean, they didn't make a dent on the actual bomb site itself, on either of them. So to try to even do that with 2 people, neither one of them being thermite, just, I'd say at that point, they were pretty much hoping maybe we'll just win some gunfights and get lucky here.
Yeah, maybe you're right, maybe you're right. They certainly didn't seem to know which way they wanted to assault the bomb sites from. I think they made the right choice ultimately coming from that lobby with just 2, because it is, okay, we can only be shot from a single direction as we come in here, as opposed to if we came down the main lobby stairs, in which case we'll have one in the dining room, and we'll have one in the kitchen, and we'll have one in the trophy room. So yes, good play there.
Ultimately, the grenade bouncing back did not do Sledge any favors, since now they couldn't push together.
Forced them to split up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely some room for improvement on that attack. But Immenz choosing for a different bomb site, despite not successfully defending their first round. Sorry, they did successfully defend the first round.
5 seconds to go.
They are now
Device positioned.
holding basement location and shooting each other.
Heading out to defuse the bomb. Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Just a scratch.
Ready for
Make
company.
these kill holes. Here comes the thermite. Charge goes on the wall. Climax, that's the wrong one.
Position device.
Oops.
And he had enough
And
time
that's
to put,
when he
why
knew.
would you not put it on both? Like, if it doesn't instantly go off when you hear it plays, just put one down on both.
Device placed.
I don't know. Either way, Vitality blow open the garage and just
We're just too
leave it
spoiled.
there.
We're too spoiled by the FPSZ bandit plants, you know.
Yeah.
Loading magazine.
Cautious defense from Immenz, and really, Vitality don't seem to want to use that garage door much at all. They've just opened it as a point of threat, and it is drawing quite a lot of attention for Immenz. A couple of them staring at that doorway now. Not sure who it is they want to be made aware of. Bias will put a fuse charger right here above the B-bomb. Most of the battery grenades get taken out by trophy systems, but does force a little bit of movement around. And of course, now that trophy systems are gone, grenades down in that bottom floor from normal throws are going to be more powerful. Climax, though, taking out Anthrax to open things up for Immenz. Really nice hold on this back stairwell by him. That's holding one more tight angle. There's the next fuse, goes into the B-bomb site, but again, Immenz, no one close to that. They will fall a long way back. But are still watching this garage door, which is now actually being pressured by Vitality. They tried to edge around the rest of the map and look for other openings, but couldn't see anyone. And a little bit too rapid on his trigger finger. Didn't let the recoil reset, although that would have been a great headshot. Still looking for this Thatcher. ImmenZ takes down Dignitas. ImmenZ, there we go. Own's taking a lot of damage for his trouble without missing that many shots. Gonzo now takes down Criscu upstairs, and the smokes are still on this door, but now down through the floor goes the smoke. Nice shot from Bios B in this bar drop down. Gonzo really, really low. Climax looking to flank to wow. The last man actually in and around the B-bomb site. So, Climax. He knows Bios is behind the bar. He knows that trapdoor has been open. He's got to do something here. Bios doesn't have to come out of there now that that diffuser is down. Drone will give him the shot. That gives Bios time to stand up, drop Climax down. All the time in the world as he lined up that drone shot. Now with the diffuser down, Furious G is going to hold the corner. Just see DeWow gets a couple of shots off, but no kill. It's just enough to slow him down as well. And now him and Gonzo both coming from the same direction. Incredibly low health. Well over half the defuse time gone. Remember, it takes 7 seconds to hold the defuse. Bios takes out Climax. Down goes DeWow as soon as he sticks his head outside the door. And there goes Gonzo.
Defenders neutralized.
And that is a Vitality 1 round. Slow, patient play. Nicely done. Good crossfire from one on either side of the door. The fuse goes down nice and easy once they've cleared out the back alley.
And Bios had one of their down teammates just sitting on that drone, watching right out towards the opening, waiting for somebody to fly. For a minute, I didn't notice the drone and thought Bios was just totally tunneled and looking down the drop down. And then I saw little red lights and said, "Oh, he's got it covered."
He's got perfect idea, and then Climax just took so damn. Climax should have. Oh crap! I've been spotted. All right, I will keep staring straight at where I know Bios to be. He's either going to stand up and shoot me in a minute, or he's not going to listen to his teammate's call, and I'm going to get the kill anyway.
Right.
Turning away to shoot the drone is the worst possible thing he could have done, because then it's, oh god, this guy watching me has just told him that I've turned away from this drone. I turned away from him looking at the drone, and now he can stand up and get me for free. And what happened? Stood up and got it for free.
Yep.
So, Bios took a while there himself to kill out that drone we just saw, but is now setting up
10 seconds left.
a reinforce in that room, but when the camera goes away, I tell it to.
5
Owens
seconds
has a little
before
drone
insertion.
down. Actually, which room is they in? Oh, it's in the,
right in
there's
there.
a little
Yeah,
drone
the
hole
little
between the
drone
two, so he sees
Attackers are heading out
that has
to
been
defuse a bomb.
reinforced. Now they've got to be a little bit careful. Let's have a look at Criscu and Bios then, as we say before and again. They are the dream team Roma defense for Vitality. But they're actually fairly split up this time.
Time to make a new door!
Drone activated.
Drone is ready to go.
Staying very much spread out. Quick spray through the wall. Was close to where Owens used to be, but he's not there anymore. He's gone upstairs. And up here is where Bios has been sitting. So he's got to be careful making his way in through these windows. But we'll make as much noise as possible on the way. Well, journey the library stairs, not seeing a whole lot. Dignitas has opened up the garage and spraying on in. That makes you checking the hot tub. Gonzo here to support. Owens, here we go, looking to go in upstairs. Criscu's going to hear him, goes for the slightly mistimed. Ends up trying to knife nothing. Criscu just turns and runs away, realizing that's not a fight he can win. Having not got the element of surprise and repositions. Smart. Downstairs, Squall in. With Anthrax, firing outside the garage hole. Keeping them out there and not letting the plants come in. Upstairs, Owens taken out by Criscu after his reposition. Now he's got DeWow here too, so has to reposition again away from that, but he's doing his job. Down to a minute and a half left on the clock. Bios B is still upstairs, has one, sees Climax, dodges the first shot and has to reposition himself, taking incredibly low. Waiting for the shots to come through the wall. DeWow's going to come around behind him, sees her, takes her very, very low, but can't land the final blow. Can he get her? There we go, down she goes. He's prone. He's got his pistol out as Climax is coming for him. We'll go for a quick reload, but now Criscu's coming for the flank. He's going to get behind Climax, and there we go. Bios didn't even need the help. Puts him down from inside the room, and Vitality's combo again works, leaving Dignitas and Gonzo, the last two men alive. Gonzo gets halfway up that ladder, realizes that happened to him exactly the same last time, and will reposition away, because Gonzo is watching the top of it again. Dignitas doesn't have the diffuser, is just trying to hold outside this garage door for any lucky kills. But now the diffuser is down inside. They're not going to peek him. They know he has to come inside to get it.
Right.
And they know he doesn't have it.
Sending the diffuser up to clear out the roamers on the second floor, I think, ultimately just cost him this round.
Yes, very much so.
That was a very dangerous play when you have Thermite right there and now on the bomb site.
There we go.
Of course he's dead, but he could have potentially made that quick little play to plant.
Attackers eliminated.
Furious looking to roam away a little bit afterwards, and yes, yeah, like he could have gone in, and if Twitch was still there with him, if they had that diffuser, he could have tried to get behind that door and gone for the defuse. He could have got like something just as a Hail Mary, but there's like, oh, the diffuser's down upstairs. They've called the diffuser down upstairs. Well, they know one of us has got to go and get it.
Right.
They can hide because they don't need to shoot the other one of us outside, because the only way I can come in and do anything is come in and shoot them, and they can just shoot back.
Oh yeah.
When they've got the superior angle.
But BIOS that round too. I mean, just
Yeah, but
he didn't land the initial kill on either of them, but his recovery just
both him and
tore
Chris
them apart.
that has not been the best shooting we've seen from them in a long time, by a long way. Like, they both missed a lot of their initial shots.
Right.
Slight missed timings, either moved too soon or moved too late or something. Didn't get the quick headshots that we're used to seeing from them. But it's how they played afterwards that separates them
Their recovery
from the less skilled players.
Exactly. I mean, most players at that point, it's just strafe back and forth while they reload and hope for the best.
Yeah.
He's immediately gone, immediately recovered, immediately ready for somebody else to push him.
Located by attackers.
You know, as the backup inevitably came, like, oh, he's up here, I found him, let's gang up on him, we're attacking. And he's completely ready for the second guy. And cuts him to pieces.
10
Yeah,
seconds
even
to
with
insertion.
5 health left.
Yeah.
Setting the welcome mat.
5 seconds
So.
left before insertion.
Here comes the next attack.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Vitality.
Attackers are
Men's
moving to
back up
defuse the
here
bomb.
into the kitchen trophy room. Well, Vitality's slowing things down a little bit, but only a little bit. As they make their way forward. Droning around the entire top floor again, Furious G and Squall were both checking that. BIOS including doing the same thing, but he does not hang around for so long. Drags firing into a couple of open windows, but they're definitely going to make their way in upstairs first. Getting control of this top floor, being as it's wooden, being as you've got yourself a fuse, is very, very powerful when attacking this specific bomb site. Squall, knowing this,
Loading new mag.
going to check the floor below. Rescue. Quickly checking the whole of the library.
You can stop worrying about grenades now.
Was arguably already droned out, but double checking it again. Just still ensuring they check every other part of this map now with their drones and with each other, and are aware that it is like really safe and clean. BIOS now making an interesting hold downstairs, but it gives them a quick rotate option now should things start to fall apart. Definitely got a plan in mind. Clearing out all the barbed wire elsewhere. Anthrax takes down Owens from outside. He's firing out from the garage through towards the B-bomb. Gets it. Here's the first charge going off from BIOS upstairs above the kitchen. Looking for the next one now. This is going to be in the hallway below. Again, not too close to too many people, but it's just enough to scare them and destroy things that are in the way. And in fact, it did, I believe, down Climax, who was hiding in that hallway. Crisco taken down to half health. BIOS now starting to blow holes in the floor above, putting shots down on top of ImmenZ. Now Vitality decided it's time to push in, and look at the time on the clock. This is a much, much better push from any of the other squads we've seen.
Drones up and running.
Team Test just about slides away underneath Squall's crosshairs. Gonzo being fired at through the window, has to reposition and is sprinting for his life through this kitchen. BIOS B is firing down through the floor above him. Now he realizes and actually gets a very nice headshot back onto BIOS, but is still scared for his life. Pinned in the corners. Climax has been got back up. Squall just about misses the side of him.
And BIOS going down is ultimately a big problem for Vitality, just in the sense that he was the one trying to force them out into Squall's crosshairs and Crisco's crosshairs.
Yeah. Dewar gets down in the dining room. Anthrax comes into a frost trap in the actual trophy room itself. Climax now looking to push forward into where Crisco is. How he didn't know he was there, I do not know. Dewar was still down and could have been spotting it.
Yeah.
But Crisco, prone in the corner, got away with it. Does get taken out very quickly afterwards by Gonzo. But Gonzo is now the last man as Squall managed to knife Dignitas inside the trophy room. 10 seconds on the clock for Vitality, so they had a lot with their initial push, but they've taken a while now, but will get the plant down all the same. Squall covering the kitchen as they know that's where Gonzo is, and now they can reposition and get a crossfire through this doorway. Furious on one side, Squall on the other. Gonzo has to come forward to get themselves a plant. Sorry, defuse. Straight in Squall's crosshairs. Down he goes. Attackers win round number 5, and this is the Vitality we're used to. That first round was definitely very much a getting back into the swing of things, but now they're up 4 rounds to 1.
And Very close for them this round, though. Again, I think they had the right idea. They were doing the usual play outside and hope that the defenders peak, but the difference was they had BIOS up top forcibly making the defenders need to move by shooting at him. Unfortunately, BIOS could pop in the face. So that kind of slowed that down, which is, I think, the only reason that they got down to the last 4 seconds or so to plan.
Very likely. Now, match point with Vitality on defense. They're getting back into the kitchen and the trophy room as their options. And well, we saw BIOS by B. Crisco do work from up here before, taking out 3 players in that library, and then as we saw, the final 2, Sledge and Ash trying to come in from the main lobby, couldn't get a push through, and were taken out with ease by Squall's Capcan here in the dining room. He definitely tried and true practice strategy by Vitality. Did immense. Learn from their play before and figure out a way to break through it. Not fall for it, not fall down to it so much.
10 seconds left.
Figured out some cute drone spots.
Yeah, they got a couple of little hidden ones.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
One is no longer.
Attackers
Crisco
rejected
using
the
the famous stealth 416.
It's the air rifle.
Now repositioned. We've also got Squall actually roaming around this time as well. So Vitality looking for a very aggressive spread out defense. BIOS comes back into this room. Climax is hanging outside on the wall. BIOS really wants to peek him, but knows smarter judgment is not to do it. BIOS. Sprints across the doorway, gets out safely, and again, this is what we said before, is they're not just their firefights that make these two such fantastic roamers. It's what they do when they don't get that initial kill shot.
Right.
Wow, downed outside. It's edging away from Crisco so cautiously. Crisco wants to try and get the kill, or at least wait for the person to come and revive him. But it does not look like someone's going to do it. Climax, Dignitas still holding outside here when they knew BIOS was close to. Owns checking around the other side of the map as well, and DeWow is still a long way out. They have taken down BIOS. Crisco still just holding DeWow's body, whether he knows he's downed or not. Small here in the main lobby, sees the shots coming through on the balcony up to the right of him. And that means Crisco's got to be safe on the outside. There we go. There's the kill onto DeWow as it does go down. The drone's in the library, and that shows him that these two outside here know that he's there. Sees that these windows are open. He's got to be a little bit cautious about it. Sees the gun through the wall. There's Owns. There's the head. Doesn't quite land the shot. Reposition. Got to be careful where you're going here, Crisco. There's a lot of them in the master bedroom. Now he's going to find that. Yep. And yeah.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Didn't quite realize what he was walking into. Squall now holding a very, very similar and dangerous position. We'll start seeing the heads appear over the edge. Goes for the shots on a couple. Misses them most. Immediately repositions downstairs, but does take a lot of health off Owns here. Immense, with a minute on the clock, are starting to put a lot of pressure in from above onto Vitality's defense. But as we mentioned before, 4 versus 3, with not much time left. Through the gap goes another Sledge player. Does get away with it. Furious G looking for these shots, can't land them again. Anthrax is tempted with moving out behind, but ultimately staying safe and staying in. The Squall is slowly rotating up from beneath again. Furious G's got to stay alive. Squall is going to peek up onto both of these two. Can he see 1 or 2 in time? Gets 1, downs 1, goes for Thermite, gets 2. Squall, the perfect rotate, and immenZ not covering all their angles. Means Furious G is now safe to watch Dining, and this Twitch push is being stopped instantly. Owns is already on incredibly low health and is now stuck at the top of the stairs. And with 20 seconds on the clock, Vitality are looking to take this map right here, right now. 15 seconds, and Owns starts to push on down. There's Twitch taken out by Furious G up the other end. Now he's looking down the bottom of these stairs for Squall, but on his left there is a Doc, and he's pushing for him. Down he goes with the pistol, actually trading it out kill for kill, headshot to pistol shot, but all the same, the result still stands. Vitality take it 5 rounds to 1. Map number 1 goes to Chalet, and showing us exactly why they are top of the European team.
Yeah, definitely. The first 2 rounds, I kind of thought it was going to be a closer match, and then, like you said, Vitality kicked it into gear. Maybe they forgot to warm up today. Maybe they kind of just said, "Oh crap, we're running late. Xbox time." And instead, you know, once they got it going, they went.
Yep, went straight for it. It's all right. Oh yes, it's this game. I remember how to play this game now. We'll
Right.
just carry on
That's
doing
right.
this.
Headshots. That's
Yeah,
right.
headshots.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just sit back, let Crisco and BIOS do their thing. Oh yeah, I remember that now. That's
We'll
how it
clean
works.
up. We'll clean up whatever's left over.
So that's map number 1, and ultimately, as we've got so many games to do tonight, we're not going to hang around too much between matches. We're going to get these very fancy highlight clips going through for you again. Crisco and BIOS B, this is their own play. This is how much impact they have. There was a nice shot here by Gonzo's. BIOS really screwed this up, to be fair.
Oh yeah.
Screwed the pooch, to say the least.
And it did almost cost him around there.
It did.
Sure.
It got very close to it, but again, Squall here with a nice rotate down. A lot of missed shots, but ultimately, the job is still done.
I will say that slow motion really hurt that play right because I felt like when he did it, it looked really smooth, like brah brah, and then that slow motion just was like, why are you shooting at the wall in the middle so long?
So there's a lot of not shooting at the bad guys here.
But it was a really nice play by Squall.
Yes, it was. His positioning, the rotation to shoot them so patiently from outside and then getting down safely, doing it fine. The shots can be forgiven when the play is that good.
Yeah, the play
But
worked out very well for him.
he also has now a chance to redeem himself and do even more work as we head into map number 2. It is going to be Bank. It is going to be Vitality versus ImmenZ. 1UPeSport.ImmenZ once again. And well, here we go. Vitality on attack, same as they started the last map, with that fantastic 5 to kick us off. And ImmenZ taking exactly the same defense that they did on Chalet, despite the map change.
Well, it's a strong defense. I don't disagree with it.
So, when they load on in, we're going down into the lockers in the CCTV room towards the basement. Now, we've seen a couple of unique different strategies for attacking this in the past from both Xbox and PC players as people are trying to evolve and learn and change and adapt to the map. The one thing the Xbox guys are still really struggling and not really making use of is any form of garage pressure.
Yes.
We did see a little bit of it tried last week, but ultimately it was either everyone goes there or no one goes there.
And then Squall's done.
Vitality are deciding something's not right. Not entirely sure what that may be, but hopefully it doesn't take them too long to get back in. But yes, so before we were looking for a player to run through the garage and to put a bit of a threat.
Right,
And
just
we saw one team do it and they take Glads and we're like, perfect.
Exactly.
Sit there,
He's a
watch
threat,
the cross,
he can pick the cross. Yeah, exactly.
focus on either A or B, and then use him to stop anyone coming across. Great.
Right.
What did they do? They put him in the garage. Everyone went in the garage. Got slaughtered first round. Second time they tried it again. Everyone went in the garage, but had a little bit better chance. Sent most of their force towards B. Got control of B.
Right.
Had Galaz watching the cross and went, let's not plant and save the cross. Let's try and push in and plant on A. Losing the round because they just got slaughtered as they tried to push into the 4 players that were still in there, had it on lockdown.
Right.
Instead of making those players come out into them with that Glads and with that fight.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, get them there early, have them just sit there, pretend it's 4v5 until you can start forcing the players to rotate, and then, oh crap, there's a Glaz shooting me in the chest as I run by.
Like, you're always going to be in a better position if you're making the person come to you.
Exactly.
You're making them move into your crosshairs. You're going to be better.
Even though it's a far different garage than any of the other garages that get opened in every single map, the same thing applies in that one just like anywhere else. It's a big, wide opening that looks into one of the bomb sites that should always just have that pressure on it. They should always be worried about it. Whether or not it gets fully played by that player doesn't matter so much as the same as once Thermite opens the garage, there should only be maybe one person there, and he should be playing very passively.
Even if you have Vitality, they opened the garage on Chalet and they just ran off and just left it for 2 minutes. There, like, you send someone in garage, you take a couple of pot shots at someone, and they go, oh god, there's someone there, and they just bugger off and rotate somewhere else. Like, as long as they're constantly cautious.
Because then the pressure's there, you can't, no one's going to go, oh, let me just peek wine cellar and look out towards wine cellar and just screw the garage that's wide open behind me, because there's a really good chance the player's still there. Yeah. And, you know, to not make use of that same garage, which also looks straight into the bomb site, it just doesn't make sense not to play it. No. Especially it's one of the rare opportunities that everyone wants to use Glaz. You know, Glaz doesn't have a lot of good places to be, but that's an awesome one for him. You can see really well. It's a perfect place to play him.
But of course, that is not the only way to play that basement bomb
Of
site.
course.
We've seen much of successes from many different people just attacking the A through the different tunnels,
yeah.
down through the
Using the
stairwells,
tunnels
using
and the
those
drop-down.
drop downs up top as well, which are important. And as we said it right at the start, we expected to see more Xbox players dropping through drop downs.
Right.
Because it is harder to track someone as they fall in this situation.
Right.
And it has been happening. We've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah, definitely.
So there's definitely options to do, and as we say, Vitality are the top team for a reason. I'm sure they've got
Mhm.
something up their sleeve for this. This was their choice of map
And
as
it's
well.
been their
so
choice of map a few times.
pretty much solidly. Vitality, in fact,
Yeah.
have picked it once in week 3 and now here, but have played against other teams on it in a couple of times in the past. So, yeah, they've definitely got something up the sleeve for it, some kind of plan in place, and we'll see whether or not it works for them. But then, of course, we've got to look at the other bomb sites.
Mm-hmm.
The basement, the lock and CTV is just one option.
Right.
When
Tellers.
it comes to the others, Tellers is a choice. We've also seen from the Xbox where they were the first guys to start using the open office area and the kitchen.
Right. Right.
To one thing, but the most common, the most common second bomb site that everyone picked in the earlier weeks was that very top wall, the executive office, the CEO's area and stuff. But again, all of those three are now starting to be interchanged in and out depending on team's preference.
Right. Yeah, it's similar. I feel the top floor is that go-to one because it's the top floor. You can't get pinched from both sides as much. But just like on Hereford base, where the top floor is just Swiss cheese everywhere, there's so many walls to reinforce on that top floor and bank that it becomes, you really have to be thinking about where all your reinforcements are going because they matter a lot. Because there's so many angles that the attacking team could open up by just wall banging the crap out of everything up there. You know, it's by far the flimsiest of the 3 floors. And I think the same, again, we saw that with Hereford, where a lot of people would play the basement, then play the top floor. And now that's rotated a lot more to like play the basement, play the second floor, or play the stack.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same reason, just it's such a flimsy setup. You know, it's very difficult to, you'd really have to be sitting down and saying, all right, you guys, you know, we're going to have 4 this way, 2 this way, and very organized where all the reinforcements are going, and then understanding all of the different places you can get shot from.
So, everyone's back in.
We're back.
We are back.
We're ready.
Hopefully this time it goes without issue, whatever that last one may have been. I suspect it was a console crash because we've had that a couple of times throughout the tournament.
And then the rest set up.
Yeah, well, the rest just up now because as we said, rules state, of course, that if you do not leave within the first 15 seconds of the round, that's
Then
not
you
the
have
prep
to play.
phase, the round 15 seconds, then you have to play it out. So they were just making sure they got out of there long before that 15 seconds hit.
Right.
And they were safe to reset it with no nil. But yes, hopefully it was just the one of them that had the issue to get in, and now we can play out normally. To do this, though, we are back down into the lockers in the basement. They're taking the Fantastic 5, but yeah, quite a big change up from the defense of ImmenZ. Bringing out Capcan.
Which I don't disagree with. ImmenZ, you know, I'm sure they know that with people like Bios and Crisco on Vitality that they're up against some pretty decent shooters that are going to lay some damage into them any opportunity that they get. You know, see a lot of just them passing a small corner and Vitality taking half their health off. Little things like that, you know, maybe not kill them, quarter their health, half their health, something. Just any time that they're exposed, Vitality's pretty good at reacting and hitting them. So taking another 3 armor, not the worst idea.
As many bombs as they can.
100%. So now let's see as and where they go. I'm worried by the lack of movement on Vitality.
Okay.
That would explain it.
Yep.
Attackers have been
Something's
eliminated.
definitely not working on Vitality's end, whatever that may be. We can only apologize for that. We will,
that's
unfortunately,
unfortunate.
rather than leaving him babbling for you this time, we'll get our admins back over. We will run to a very short commercial break where we get sorted, we get word from them, we get an understanding of what the hell is going on, so we can feed it back to you and give you more information. And of course, we will also try and get some information on Supremacy versus Infused, which is currently taking place on, off stream, on the off stream. They are playing Canal and Bank, and should they're about to be wrapping up Canal or approaching the end of it now. So
Yeah,
we'll get you an update
hopefully
on
they're
that
having better luck on
while
that.
these guys get back in the lobby. And I can only apologize for this delay, guys. It is out of our hands, and hopefully we do not have to penalize Vitality too much as we're getting close to their remake
that would
limit.
be
But that, as I said, will all be on the other side of this short commercial break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As promised, we have an update for you.
Yes, we do.
In terms of Vitality ImmenZ, it is just console issues. Unfortunately, we can't control that. But in terms of Supremacy Infused,
Yep.
big news. Now, if you remember the standings, Supremacy and Vitality were joint first with 13 points each.
Right, and now they have.
As you can see here, there we go, 13 points each right at the top. Right now, Vitality are one map up here, having won Chalet 5 rounds to 1.
Right.
So they are on point for another 3 points. However, Supremacy just lost their first map, Canal, to Infused. Infused won that map 5 rounds to 3.
That's good news for Infused,
So,
not so much
yes,
for Supremacy.
most that Supremacy can get out of this is 1 point.
Right.
If Vitality stay on track, they can grab themselves that full 3 and will take first place comfortably before they then face off against each other later tonight.
Right.
Or, as we mentioned, Infused, if they get the second map here, will straight up leapfrog Supremacy and take that 14 points in the second place. And that puts even more pressure on the Vitality Supremacy match that rounds it out for us today.
Exactly.
So big developments in terms of that second game and how the standings are going to play out. And of course, remember, how these match ends today will decide who are our top 2 European squads that are going to represent Europe against North America in the LAN finals. So it's big. It's pretty damn big.
This is the one.
this is the one. This is House. Good job I didn't start that one. That would have been pretty bad. Let's go to bank. Let's go and double check everything's right. It is all right. Let's hope and fingers crossed it for it. Everyone, please, somewhere that this one will work successfully.
I have faith. This is the one.
Gotta have faith.
If this was Vitality's strat for bank, it's not a good one. So hopefully,
the strategy for bank is just keep DCing out until they start forfeiting rounds. Yeah, not a good one to go.
That's not the way to do it.
So in we go again. Same setup this time from ImmenZ, realizing that Capcom was what they wanted all along. And of course, the fantastic fight for Vitality as they begin to load on in. Current split spawns from them. It is nice to see them doing it though. Alley access and jewelry front either side. So still very much the right-hand side of the map. But ultimately, 2 very different access paths to that basement. So we will head our way down there in just a moment, if they please can continue this one today.
Looks like not a good sign to start.
I mean, the first load in on the console is always taking longer.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it always does. Although saying that, I've come across some particularly long loads on PC the last couple of days.
Yeah, there's been a couple.
Yeah.
Defenders,
So
protect your bombs
there we
from
go.
being defused by
Defender protect the
attackers.
bombs. Let's check all the drones. Yeah, they're all moving.
All right.
It's good. We like this. All right, continue on. So let's see how the ImmenZ defense begins.
Attackers
on
on
this
the
map.
location of a bomb.
Turns downstairs or upstairs. Sorry, immediately start reinforcing above the main lobby and down towards these trap doors. Climax will cover the server room end and make sure this tunnel is safe and locked out. So one of the 3 armor OBJ players will be hiding around inside.
5 seconds left before
With
insertion.
Dignitas to back him up. That's not like that can, of course. Putting traps down on random doors and important doors. Ultimately, be very surprised should anyone die on those. But as we've seen before, the amount of times squads wait until the last 5-10 seconds to make their push in could mean they don't have time to kill that trap and end up running straight over it, causing catastrophe. Just gotta pay attention. Vitality then, same as before, wasting no time whatsoever getting inside the objective. They've got a couple of drones here with them, but ultimately they're leading with their faces, confident in their shooting skills. Winning these engagements. Looking to, there you go, Fury already blowing open one of the key trapdoors here above the A-bomb site. Gives him a nice angle down into Verus area, but still a lot of people spread out downstairs. And Chris Coop up top as well is holding an angled squall now, knows the Climax is in this stairwell. Makes the wall open up. Just about it, knows he can now peek in. Goes for the sprinting, goes for the react, and wow, takes Climax's head clean off. I couldn't telegraph his push anymore, but just straight up destroys Climax. Very aggressive play. Owns now. Last man standing here behind the server, gets downed by A long-range shot coming in from that stairwell again. BioSpeed going for it. But DeWow will look to try and shoot him in the back from across the other side. And Dignitas is coming in to back it up. Goes sprinting across the gap too. Ends up running in front of DeWow's crosshairs. Not great positioning from these two. Dignitas thinks he's got a great little spot here, but it's actually stopping DeWow from defending the bomb site.
Right.
Dignitas now has to do all three on his own because of that swap and can't do it. Has to give it up, and that will allow the plant to come down from BioSpeed. DeWow, now you're looking for it. You're going for an opening, but you've been smoked out. Cannot make your way through. Sprinting through one end, comes through the door at the far side, and actually gets away with it for now. The Squall's prone down to the right. Here's him, stands up, takes him clean off. Well, Gonzo now, you got 4 to find. It ain't gonna happen. Furious G locks him down, and Vitality showing that they are a little bit upset with all the remakes and went, right, we'll just come in and just
They're ready to
clean
play
them out.
some Rainbow, I think now.
There wasn't even much of a strategy there. It was alright, we want to go into A, we'll drone down these stairs, there's one, shoot him, kill him. There's one, shoot in, kill him. Like, it was just, we can outshoot these guys over and over again. And
Right, where the object of defense, of course, like we've said a million times, is setting up those angles so you can pinch the attackers as they come in. Instead, ImmenZ was kind of just lined up to 1v5 the team in one nice little worm.
Yeah.
You know, like there was not one ImmenZ player positioned to back up another ImmenZ player that whole defense round.
I think, like, DeWow and Dignitas could have had that setup.
Right.
They could have gone into two different doorways and be like, alright, you shoot from this way, I shoot from this way, and when they come in, we'll just slaughter
Instead
them.
it was,
They were like,
I'll watch my kill hole and you stand in front of it.
yeah, exactly. I got this angle, and oh, now I got your back of your head. Thanks, thanks, bro. Thanks.
Unrolling razor wire.
That was a pretty sloppy defense to start, but still a lot of rounds left.
Definitely so, but this is another map where the Roamers will enjoy their life. And well, Criscu and Bios set up as they have done many, many times. Bios using that 416 as the recruit. Criscu is the Jaeger player, also with the 416. Now coming upstairs to back him up and do all these top door reinforces. Squall has joined them in their mobility squad a couple of times and could do so again here, but chooses not to begin with. Will probably sit around here though in the server location, or at least the A-bomb, as that is still pretty spread from the rest of his team in the downstairs areas. Until they know it's safe, until they know exactly what they have to deal with upstairs. So Criscu holding this alley spawn will look through the drone hole for someone's feet and is very, very close to seeing Ash. I'm not sure if he'll shoot straight at them first, give away his position, or just use it for information. Just use it for information for now. But he's watching for it to come back across it again.
I found one.
Here's the window get open. Dodges away from her pre-fire. That was close.
That was right where his face was. Good shot.
I do believe it was getting droned in here as well by Thermite, so that'd be why. But he goes for a quick pre-fire through the window. They have moved away from it now, though. He's got a nice kill hold to the side as well. Again, just a couple of cheeky shots to see. Bios now is covering his backside in the kitchen and has got someone, I believe it is Thermite, pushing pretty damn close to him. Yes, he does. Bios comes around the corner, sees the Thermite, but doesn't win that firefight and will go down. That's important. Now Criscu's alone. We're normally used to them seeing each of these fights win. He's repositioned and is cautious now about where Thermite may be. He's also got one on his right. They know he is around here somewhere. They're playing cautiously because of it. Thermite has turned and run a long way. Climax journeying down no Squall's position. Gonzo's trying to come in through this tunnel, but Squall is locking it down. Dignitas is here with him. The two of them pushing very close. DeWow will now come in through this top side and is just about going to dodge away with the lucky timing from Criscu's crosshairs. Now Criscu's going to see him, takes him down, finds one more. Climax cannot land the shots in time. Criscu will eventually go down. There we go, 3v3 as Climax is still locked outside, but one up Gonzo and one up ImmenZ Dignitas. Still trying to get into this server room, but there's a lot of barbed wire in their way, and there's an Anthrax and a Squall in there. So it's going to be on Climax to try and relieve some of this pressure for them. It looks like he has done just by killing Criscu. They've decided to fall back to a safer position inside the A-bomb. Anthrax here and Squall behind the actual desk itself. Again, both actually firing over the top of each other if they stay here. Not wonderful. Potentially risky. With 40 seconds on the clock, ImmenZ need to start making a move in here. Either they've used up all their drones, or they need to start using the second one to realize, oh god, they left this room ages ago. That's what they've now done. Climax has finally droned it out and gone, you guys, they're not in there anymore. What are you scared of? And they wasted a good 45 seconds making for that happen. And now with 20 seconds left on the clock, they've got to get inside this A-bomb. Squall is waiting and prone. Now Antrax is repositioned so he's not shooting straight over his head, looking through the gap, takes down Dignitas, that's the diffuser down, in they come. 10 seconds on the clock, Climax has got inside but will be put down by Antrax. Antrax puts down Squall, that's what we were expecting to happen, you don't sit in that spot.
Expected that one to
But
happen.
Furious G rotates around behind, takes Gonzo out from the other doorway. And Vitality successfully hold the downstairs bomb. The body in the left-hand side just up and down.
It's with the men's, you know, they got rid of the roamers. It was great. 3v3, still a really good chance. But again, just line up outside the bomb site and go, okay, now what? For a minute, I mean, they were over a minute. Pretty good time. Took care of the roamers with about half their time left, and then just sort of stared at the barbed wire and said, "Someone gonna take care of that?" Or, you know.
Yeah. We just gonna watch that. Are they in there?
Right. Just a lot of. I mean, and stacking all three up without the ability to open that up. It just. I don't know how they thought they're gonna push 3 people through that one little doorway.
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll have a better shot next time around. Because as you said, they took out the roamers pretty quickly and easily this time. Triscu and Bios not having the impact they did before. But now it's their turn to attack again, and they're going straight back down towards that basement, which they did successfully demolish last time over. Climax having a little connection issue. Nothing too serious though. Or maybe us, I'm not sure. But it's back underway all the same. No reinforcements going up on these walls here from EmmenZ.
Too brave.
Problem is, this one's going to get breached.
Right.
And that frost trap is going to get killed.
Yep. We've seen that a lot for some reason.
Time and time again, you can't frost trap in that corner because they breach through the wall and it dies.
I totally understand why everyone wants to put a frost trap there, but you can't. And for some reason, time and time again, it's continuing to go back there.
So, Crisco on his Jaren, Squall on his. Bios saying, I don't need no cameras, and goes straight on it. Misses. Oops. There we go. Sledges open that trapdoor uncompletely.
Yeah, that's that weird trapdoor that doesn't like to be all the way open.
Oh, thinks he has Climax pinned, but Climax wins that fight. Thatcher though, get a grenade or EMP down through it to take anyone else out that may be. Climax starting to come up the stairs. It worked for him last time. Oh, joke, it didn't. He got slaughtered. He's now trying it once more. Has already got 1 kill under his belt though. Squall checking he doesn't go back down the stairs behind. He's going to come up and pre-fire through, takes down Crisco. This is looking really good here for EmmenZ. Climax with a smart reposition and comes again. Just as Thatcher goes for the beatdown. This time they trade it out down for down. Anthrax is going to come through and help pick up Squall and take down one, but Dignitas is here with a shotgun to make sure he's down straight for his troubles. And out he'll come to finish off Squall now as well. Last attacker left is Furious G. Dignitas coming down the stairs will be answered. No one else down in this end. He's not even going to finish her off. Looking to get inside A. Goes for EmmenZ. Gets to wow. Pre-firing that hole, very important. Doesn't know exactly where Frost has vanished to, so we'll just let her get away. But checking no one comes down here. Can hear the guy upstairs. Shoots out the battery. Make sure he's safe to stand in that if he needs to. And up the stairs is Smoke. He's checking the trapdoor. Is it safe to go for Dignitas? That's what he's about to try and find out. He also knows he's got the diffuser. Doesn't want to walk through the metal detectors. Furious G finishes Dignitas off. Now he's looking to where owns may be. Pre-firing one corner again. Smoke running out and away again. They've given up the diffuser. So that will be collected.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Furious holding a tight angle. Owen's not going to let it go through. Gonzo then downstairs will be Furious's next issue. But he's got to make his mind up which way he's going to go. 20 seconds, comes through the corner, pre-fires it again. Doesn't quite line it up better this time. Gonzo takes Furious G down, and 1UPeSports do grab themselves around on the board. 2-1 then is the scoreline. Nice shot. And a much more disciplined round there for EmmenZ, to be fair. Owns.
Absolutely. And Climax, perfect timing on every single play he made there. Yep. I mean, he couldn't have done more damage as a defender.
No, that was really nice. I think Vitality not used to them being that aggressive team. They're used to them sitting in spot and then Vitality allowed to run into them and getting those kills the way they were. Those reactions, those sprinting, we can shoot faster than you.
Exactly, yeah.
That time around, though, Climax was like, you know what, I'm not going to let you do that to me.
I hear you. I know what you did last time. I'm just going to shoot right through this door while you knife it.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Time to armor up. ADS deployed and ready to go. Reinforce!
Upstairs is the bomb site of choice from Vitality. Now, this is where we've seen a lot of teams in the Xbox fall down in the past. Well, they have this tendency to hang against windows and stay there.
Right. It's it's just so tempting. I mean, you can be on the outside of the building and be one little swing, and there I am, right inside the point plant. It's so nice, but it never is, and it ends up being a lot of wasted time. Just kind of, again, maybe the defenders will peek me and I can play off their mistakes, but I just feel like that doesn't happen that often in the Pro League, which is why they end up just sitting there. Furious. Just knew he would go up to that roof to try to snipe and just takes him right off the ladder.
So, off he goes. To kick things off with this defense in the fashion they have done so time and time again. Bios, Criscu downstairs, Squall upstairs holding a very, very cute angle in towards this room. But again, because of that early kill, ImmenZ now are terrified about making their way inside the rooms and inside the objectives. Because they do not know where Criscu or Bios may be. And after that initial early peek, they are terrified. Climax going for a pre-fire inside. But there's no one there, bro.
Drone is roll activated. Cover me! Reloading!
More and more barbed wire around. Criscu, Bios still running around downstairs. And once again, ImmenZ really aren't doing anything. We got through minute 15 on the clock and they aren't inside at all. Yes, he shot one of you from the outside, but then he ran away. You've got a couple of drones running around in there, but you're not really working as a team. You're kind of droning for yourselves.
Right.
And then scared to go in because you don't know what else is covered, and you don't have the time to drone the whole map, and you know that. So you're going in slowly, but ultimately, that doesn't help you make any progress.
Right, less than half the timer now. Still haven't, most of them aren't even inside yet.
And I mean, even the two that are, it's not really. They're still being cut off by this Capcan trap, which Climax clearly wants to shoot, but Dignitas is like, alright, fine, I'll finally do it. That gives Climax a chance now to open up a wall through this side, so there's some kind of movement. And Owens has now got in, but he's being shot in the back by Bios B because they spent so much time getting on the top floor, they couldn't cover the bottom. Throws a random panic grenade out, and it's nowhere near him. He has no idea where Bios is, other than the fact that he was shooting him from underneath. Criscu is now trying to flank up from down the stairs. Careful of the roof above him, which is true. It's right to do. But there are still two on his right. There we go. Bios peeks up and finishes Thermite off after doing a poor job earlier on. Dignitas is finally on his drone again. But with 30 seconds on the clock, he can't stay on there for long. And now Criscu knows that all he has to do is get back inside the objective. With 25 seconds, they're about to come rushing straight in towards them. Wow, nice shot.
Yeah.
Climax from the stairs does find Criscu standing in that doorway, so they do grab one, but with only 17 seconds on the clock, he's got to get up there. He's got the diffuser, we'll follow him. There we go, Bios takes down Gonzo as he starts to rush. In through the wall he comes, on the other side of the desk is Squall, and down he goes. Round finished. Even if he'd got through Squall there, he did not have time to get inside that room and plant. Vitality holding firm, not doing anything, but still managing to win the round by timeout, because ImmenZ are just...
They're
lost, stuck in the mud.
What ImmenZ did, they could have done in 20 seconds, not 3 minutes. Sorry, 2 minutes and 45.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like they were waiting on clearing anywhere out. Really, it was a lot of just kind of here we
staring
are.
at this doorway. Please peek into my crosshairs. Please peek into my crosshairs.
How come they're not
please
walking
peek into my
around?
crosshairs. And funnily enough, they didn't peek into the crosshairs.
They don't need to, and they know it. Oh, see you later, Dewau.
Looks like we're having another slight issue on ImmenZ end. Dewau go, O's go. They'll vanish out, and every team going to back on away so we can get another remake to come through. Get the admins in, but of course the score still stands as it is. 3 rounds to 1.
3-1.
And I don't want to sound too harsh on ImmenZ, but it's looking all but done for them.
Right, they have to get some type of pacing down. It's something, I mean, They just have to get in there, and they're not bad shooters. They're not bad players. They do move as a team. They just move really damn slowly as a team. Way too slow for a 3-minute timer, which is a lot of time. We've seen plenty of teams. I mean, we watched a game last week where they got the plant down in what, 35 seconds?
Yeah, Orbit. They just
Orbit,
sprint it straight in
Orbit.
on Consulate.
Open the wall.
In through a window, down through a floor, plant straight inside the cafeteria.
Right. 35 seconds in. So
enemy team hadn't even finished doing all the reinforcements. They were literally still reinforcing walls as the plant's going down.
Where should I put my little trophies? Oh, the bomb's down. I guess I'll just hold it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and so, I mean, 3 minutes is a long time. It has to be practiced, you know, and it doesn't seem like EmmenZ is really focusing on. They just have to lock down more attacking plays. I mean, you know, just like we said before, maybe make some custom matches with a 2-minute and 30-second timer or something to try to motivate them to go faster, or you know, it's
the other option is, like, as you say, they're not droning together. It's not
Right.
like two people sit on drones at spawn
you
and
guys
cover
move
two ends of the map, and you guys push in. I'll tell you what's clear and what's not.
Right.
It's, well, we got to get in. Well, I've got a drone and I'm going in here, so I'm going to drone in for me. And
Right,
okay,
and then
drone's
take a
clear.
couple
Okay,
steps
now I'll
forward
come off my drone and I'll
Right.
come. And, oh, but now they might have got in there in the time it took me
Let me
to come
check
off
it
my drone.
again.
So now I'll check my drone again. Okay, still clear.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go in. Now I'm in here. Now I got a drone and check the next room. Okay, so I'm going to drone and check the next room. And
Oh, yeah.
that one's
And
clear,
we've
but
seen
now I've got to get off my drone and they might be in there again now. So I check my droning. It takes so damn long to drone for yourself.
And
like,
we've seen devastating gameplay with somebody just kind of, you know, droning ahead like a little puppy dog for
Yeah.
somebody else, Sledge walking
round
behind
the corner,
him.
spot, comes
Right.
around the corner, they're looking at the drone to either kill it or immediately around the corner you got the target. There,
Oh, yeah.
next one, move
it's
on.
a lose-lose. I mean, especially where it is harder to hit the drones in the Xbox. If there's a drone coming in, you either shoot it and totally give up your already pre-aiming at a spot, or you don't shoot it and they can just make real-time callouts to every single thing that you do.
Yeah.
So either way, you're in a very, very bad spot as a roamer. Because, you know, whether it doesn't matter if it's Crisco or BIOS or who cares who it is. If they're being called out play by play, I would like to think that anybody who's in the Pro League could take care of them pretty quickly.
And the other problem here that EmmenZ are having an attack, on the couple of rounds they have got in pretty quickly,
Right.
when they found Crisco, they found BIOS, is that those roamers are so mobile. Even
Right.
if they're not getting the first shots, we saw on Chalet. Very quick sprint around, quick reposition, they're firing on them again. But everyone from EmmenZ is pushing onto them from the same direction.
Right.
So they can sprint around them and then they got a flank on them and then they've all got to spin
yeah.
around and once someone's been shot. Like, they are allowing the movement from the roamers.
Right.
They're not cutting off their escapes. They're not hemming them in,
Exactly.
pinning them
Yep.
down and shooting them. It's like, okay, we missed shooting from this way. Well, you're going to run us to there and now we've got to spin around and shoot from that direction. They're
Right.
just allowing them to run in circles around them. And again, that slows down their pushes even more. In that
Oh, yeah.
last round, they didn't even need that.
Yeah,
BIOS
no.
and Crisco weren't even putting on the threat.
Right,
So
no, they really
stand out
didn't.
the spawn, one man down, and wait for 2 minutes.
Yep.
That was it. That was the round.
And I mean, the player that did get taken out, he was just going to be way up on that, I don't know what we would call it, but that other building you can climb up to that's really far away that looks into the 3rd floor. You know, he was climbing up to there. Vitality completely predicted it, took care of him. I don't think he would have been that much of a game changer, so it's not like they slowed him down that much. Of course, it'd be nice. He can get those picks as Vitality rotates, but Vitality didn't need to rotate at any point during that entire round anyway, so.
And that's the other downside to, as you just saw, everyone spawned in the alley. Everyone spawned in the same place.
Right.
So yes, they take him out from there, and then all the others are stuck in that same alley going, oh, I don't know where to go. He's on this side of the building. He shot my friend. I'm scared. But you look at the Vitality spawns, they send 2 people or 3 people there and 2 people out in the front of the
Right.
building. And you come in from either side. It's okay, so he shot us from this side, but we'll come up this side and check that he's there by looking at his back. He's not there. Inside we go. And they were still inside within 45 seconds.
Right, and you can start covering, I mean, you start 5 people in the same spot. Yes, you have the drone round, and the drones can be wherever they want, but as you start using your real-time drones while the match is live, if you have all 5 people in one spot, you're now, again, sweeping that house from one side to the other instead of kind of just closing in on everywhere and getting everything. With 2 guys over here that can drone and 3 people over here that can drone, you know, get the whole map taken care of quickly.
Yeah.
Know where everything is quickly. And yeah, just a lot of easy things that could just be practiced that would really up EmmenZ game a lot, because they're certainly not bad players by any means. They just do not have the pacing down, and they burn a lot of time on the attacks.
So, just a quick update on you guys. We're still waiting on 2 players from 1UPeSport.ImmenZ. Everyone is back in from Vitality. Climax, Dignitas, Knowns are here from EmmenZ. We're just waiting for the last 2 to shuffle on in before we continue. Of course, the round do stay at 3 rounds to 1 in favor of Vitality. And the bomb sites do stay locked in too. We will, of course, give you a further update on Supremacy versus Infused as and when we hear it. They are also currently playing on Bank, don't remember.
Right.
So don't forget that Infused are one map up there against Supremacy, and that is
probably,
big for our standings in the top 2.
Definitely can't wait to hear where they're at right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we'll funnel that to you guys as soon as we hear it, and as you say, we're just as excited to hear that result too, whenever it may come on through. But we are currently having our admins a little bit preoccupied with fixing this game, so I'm sure it'll take a little bit longer to get that update. But then, well, later on today we've got Ansel versus Epsilon. Not so huge in terms of where the standings
No,
are
again,
gonna
they're
go
just
in the
trying
top
to
2. But
lock
it's still
down
important
that,
for potentially staying in for Season 2, however that's going to work.
Yeah, hasn't been announced yet, but soon, I think, right?
Yeah,
Hopefully.
very, very soon, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe it's going to come with the same announcement that will explain why we're
So
playing day 6 and 7 in one go.
Exactly. Which I'm very excited to
Ah.
get announced.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I
And
can't wait for
Axel,
everyone to find out about that. But then, of course, our final game here on stream, Vitality versus Supremacy. It is the big one.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge one.
And I mean, Supremacy right now, obviously they're playing because they can't, but they're going to want to be watching Vitality. And right now, as I say, Vitality can't watch Supremacy, but they're going to want to watch it. So in that gap in the middle, that game in the middle, they're both going to want to go back, watch the VODs of their previous opponent playing right now.
Yeah.
So they know, as we both just pick Bank, they're going to try and learn everything they can in this last minute about the squad they're playing against, because that's really going to affect you.
Right, I would like to think, even though Vitality's doing some work at EmmenZ right now, hopefully that's not going to their head or anything and making them feel, oh, we're ready.
Yeah.
You know, it's, hopefully I would definitely like to see, I'm sure Supremacy is tuning in somewhere here and hopefully gathering a couple different...
Got some analysts. Quite a few teams have got some analysts and coach going right now, so I'm sure they are taking notes and learning what they can. But as we're still waiting for 2 players from 1UPeSports, we are going to run to another short commercial break. Again, all I can do is apologize, guys. These are issues on the players' end. They are, of course, playing from home. This is the online portion of the tournament. It's nothing we can do to save them from that, unless one of you is a wealthy oil prince or something that wants to invest big cash and money into this and let us all fly all the players out, put them in one room, give them all nice houses for sale. Until we can invest that kind of cash, this is our best solution. So unfortunately, guys, we'll see you on the other side of this short break. welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry again about the delay. We had to remake the lobby again for some reason that I don't know, unfortunately. There are a few issues.
They are coming in
with
fast, though. Wow. That's
Yeah, so
the
it's just
fastest
a
I've
much
seen
better
the lobby repopulate.
Yeah, much
Minus
better.
one.
Well, and the one
There
thing
it
I know
is.
that you can do on Xbox that you can't on PC is block invites. So like on PC it's invite 1, invite 2, invite
Okay,
3,
yeah,
invite 4. And here it's tick, 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 invite all at once.
Right.
So
right,
in theory, they're all sitting there waiting. They should better all be sitting there waiting for the invite.
better
They are all going to appear at the same point, so then it's just
Right.
bam, go, and they're all going to flood in. So that may
Okay.
be why. That may be
A little
why.
bit better, yeah.
Yeah, but as you say, they're all, oh no, they're all missile.
Nope, we just lost one.
Still one that just vanished. Rip the dream. But again, quick update for you, a reminder, 3-1 is the current score here
3-1.
in favor of Vitality on Bank. They are still looking for those final 2 rounds. They won the first map, Chalet, 5 rounds to 1. And well, they're looking for those full 3 points. As we've said it time and time again, and we will continue saying it throughout the day, this game and the other game going on right now, Supremacy Infused, is pivotal
Right.
for the top 2 placements.
Even down
here in
to
Europe.
the round wins, because it could very well be down to round wins. So I think they're going to want to pick up, you know, it's 3-1, they want 5-1.
Yeah.
Like they don't want to drop anything else because the round wins could easily be a huge playing factor in this at this point.
Yeah, round win loss is important indeed. It is on Bank. We've got everyone in. I'm not going to waste any more time,
Let's
ladies
do
and
it.
gentlemen.
Hit it.
Hit the
we
magic
on the right
start
map?
button. Yes,
Oh,
we
God.
are. I checked that first. I did check that first. I checked we were on the right map now before I even checked we got all the players.
All right.
It physically will not let you start if you don't have all the players. So
Right,
that's
right,
not
right.
an issue.
So
we're
Vitality
there.
broke twice, EmmenZ broke twice. I think it's time everybody stops breaking and
Yep.
we wrap this.
The breaks are complete.
See where it's going.
So, in we go. Slightly different defense location, of course, because the bottom floor is still out of bounds for a couple. And we're going into the staff room, an open area here for EmmenZ with the same standard Fantastic 5 on Vitality attack. And of course, thanks to another reboot, we have the nice, long load time. It's a big
I don't
So-
know why everyone doesn't just pop an SSD in. I've heard of people doing that. I have no idea if there's any.
I see no reason why it wouldn't work.
Right. You just like clone your Xbox hard drive and flash it to an SSD and bam. You're like, what's everybody waiting on? I'm ready. You know.
Although I imagine it probably something along the lines of like against term service modified console, which then
Right.
invalidates you
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
tournament. Yeah, that's probably true. That's a shame though. Maybe if Microsoft are listening, they'll just start offering official
Xbox 2.
SSD
Whatever's after
add-ons
Xbox
to
One. Yeah.
Xbox One to allow for speedy play.
Speediness.
Speedy play. So, EmmenZ bringing in the Frost again for defense of this location instead of the Capcan, which they had done previously. See whether or not she proves to be useful or not. And of course, remember, this is now 2.3. The Xbox and PlayStation patches did go through, so they are now on. That is a lot of electrified barbed wire. Holy
This is
smokes.
terrorist hunt? That's what's going on here.
They are not letting any drones in through there.
Yeah.
Seconds to insertion.
Ready for company.
More people.
5 seconds to go.
Yeah, so Frost's shotgun is now basically in line with the 1014 on Pulse, correct?
Attackers
Yeah.
are moving to defuse a
Exactly
bomb.
the same damage drop-off as the Pulse. Now, that's not to say they have the same damage output,
Right.
but they both stop doing damage at the same range. So,
Drone is ready to go.
here comes the attack, and as standard with Vitality, one drone in through this window quickly, which allows Crisco to go, alright, it's safe, and I'm going straight on in, no issues whatsoever. And now Furious will continue to drone further around and go, okay, it's safe, and you can continue on forward, and they will. Does he see Owens? He does just about trap Owens, and now the shots are already coming through into this room from the walls behind him. He's being kind of surrounded. Crisco will see him, but can't land enough shots to put him down, and Owens will not land enough shots in return either. Furious G's drone will continue to drone him out, and here's what we said before. Now Owens is forced to constantly reposition. With Vitality swarming this floor, he's going to walk into one of their crosshairs soon enough. Panic spray through the wall in one location, but then he's going to get spotted, boost forward. Now there's player on either side of him, completely surrounded. That is a masterclass in how to take out roamers. Crisco grabbing the kill in the end will now allow Vitality to switch it up and start to push onto the floors below, where EmmenZ are holding tight positions. Gonzo, with a very, very small crosshair, will in fact be in danger of shooting. Climax is back wide open if he's not careful with that.
Diffuser.
Climax trying to take out that drone, does do successfully, but down the stairs they come. The squall is taken out by by Dignitas' shotgun. Holding the front end of the room. Wow, holding the kitchen down the back. Climax looking through this trapdoor, just about missed Bias's head. Bias will drone his way down, straight through Climax's crosses. Now he knows he's going to move up again, and it get taken clean out. Bias's drone does that very, very quick work. Dignitas looking for a flank. Gonzo holding the gap now as he knows Bias drop down into there. Could have got an easy shot, but there that whiffs it away. And this is now forcing him to be a bit more patient. Shot through the wall. Dignitas looking for Furious G, but gets caught by surprise, and Bias B will come through, taking out the WoW and taking out Gonzo with quick, clean, 2 headshot precision. Sprints straight into the kitchen, takes that one behind there and one in the air as he's distracted by the thermite wall being blown open. And we go to 4 rounds to 1 and match point in favor of Vitality.
And we couldn't have asked for a better execution of ImmenZ's roamers.
Yeah, we went through all of that before. We was like, all right, this is how ImmenZ need to be taking out Crisco and Bios. This is what they should be doing.
We will show you.
Yes, just like this.
3 players all tracking him from different sides, with one guy on drone saying he's still right here. Hey guys, right here.
And they were spotting him. Like, one thing I would like from spectate mode is to let it be more obvious when a player has been spotted.
Right.
But we could hear it there. Like the voiceover line was playing when the locations were spotted. So it was happening. They were like Furious G was tagging him and bringing up that little red marker. And then yes, as you say, everyone else
just verbally calling it out is so easy. I mean, it's to just have 3 people. You know, one would assume the pro teams are pretty decent at pinpointing where players are, not just saying, yeah,
the thing
he's
with
on the top
verbally pointing out is that they don't know that's happened. So if he's holding in a corner and sitting there with a little crosshair staring at a spot, yes, you know he's there, but you could get lucky enough to blow your head away when you peek through that gap. If you spot him, especially in that situation, not always, but in that situation, he was panicking. The minute the spot came out, he'd get up and run, and that's what allowed him to then not be able to shoot back to the Vitality players.
And he can't shoot the drone because by the time he corrects for aiming that far down at the ground, hitting the drone, he's got 3 players hunting him down actively. Not one player droning, getting off it, trying to hit him, droning again, getting off it, trying to hit him.
So, Crisco upstairs, Bios actually going down, but Furious G is still roaming around a little way on the middle floor before heading down towards the rest of his team in the basement. She's still very cautious at the very top floor. Has actually been droned out by this time. Drone is killed off though, and he will start to reposition to a slightly more safe location downstairs. How are you clearing him though, ImmenZ? There's one player up above him. Everyone else doesn't seem really too bothered. He's a little bit cautious about where they may be. This window's going to break right to his left.
Might be bad news for Crisco here.
I don't think he realizes. Because Owen's just gone straight on his drone, and Owen doesn't realize that Crisco was there either. Now the window's going to break. Now he realizes. Oh, he's coming in. Oh dear. And down he goes.
Whoops.
That's the problem with having your own drone too far away from where you are, and not having someone do the drone in for you 2 feet in front of where you are.
That should have been an easy kill, and now instead ImmenZ has lost thermite, which means they're just funneled into whatever openings are left.
Very, very spread out defense from Vitality, ultimately, to be fair, all over this end of the map. Crisco now looking for one more player who is still outside here, and it is Dignitas looking through that much doorway. Gonzo firing onto Furious, is taking the fight, but sprints out into his already ADS'd location. And Dignitas starts to try and fire in through the room before getting taken out again by Crisco, who is still just completely free moving upstairs. DeWow is now trying to close in on him, but once again is alone because Climax is over here, and same as before, they're trying to hunt him down one at a time, but he does get the kill.
It work.
He's incredibly low, but he gets the headshot and gets away with it. Minute on the clock. Now Climax is starting to push from downstairs in tellers, but he has no real idea on where any of these other guys are, other than the fact that Crisco was above here when he killed the thermite, so he's still cautious of what might be up top. But DeWow's killed him. Like,
right.
Are these guys talking to each other?
40 seconds on the clock. He's moving farther and farther from the bomb site.
I want to come and join. To make their way down these stairs at the back. So the Capcan trap is killed off. Edging down the stairs. One of them must have a drone. Have they really both lost both their drones? No, there we go. Thank you to WoW. Droning down first. We'll turn with another Capcan trap. Without allowing to push them forward. Grenading open that. It's important. To WoW. Finish off droning this location.
15 seconds to go.
15 seconds left. They have to breach this door open real quick and get straight in. So he's going to go in and pre-fire the wall behind there. Nobody's there, but Anthrax takes down DeWow, and Furious G will take down Climax very, very quickly.
Flawless round for Vitality.
Yep, and same thing again. ImmenZ were just all doing their own solo things on the floors above, never actually really clearing anything open or doing anything, and funnily enough, ran out of time. Simple as that. That's all she wrote. Yep. 5 rounds to 1 then on Bank and Chalet, 2 in a row. Vitality grabbed themselves 3 points, right out of the top of the table now on 16 points to their name. It's all going to rely on the Supremacy Infused matchup now as to who is going to be closest to second and how the rest of the day unfolds. But that is map 1 done and dusted. Still, Supremacy Infused are playing their second map. We haven't had word on exactly how that is standing now. They, of course, are also playing Bank. So once we are, I suspect, back from our break, as it will be between these 2 matches, between this one and Axel Epsilon.
Bye, Squall.
Yeah.
See you later, man.
Last bullet, too. He did see the score was coming. He says, oh, God, I got to stop shooting. Oh, too late. But yeah.